everybody, and welcome to another episode of Landscape Marketing Secrets. I bring with you my most often guest because he lives in the same house as me, and that's my husband and business partner, Matt. Hi, Matt.
Hi. Hi.
How are you? Why are you sitting
Um,
so close to the thing? Remember, this is on film too.
well, if I sit too far away, you don't really see me, so I need to sit about here so you can see my face better.
Okay, got it. So
Okay.
we had quite a day, but we won't go into that except to say that it's very warm up here on the third floor. With the air conditioner out again, but only 89 up here. So, it's nice and a little refreshingly balmy. But we are going to talk today about our year so far, right?
Okay.
So AquaReale, it is now, when this comes out, it'll be almost mid-August. We hit the $1 million mark with AquaReale last month, which was exciting for one of us. One of us didn't really seem to care. But how would you say the year's going overall, Matt, for our pond company, AquaReale?
It's not too bad. It's been very
Wow.
consistent. We've had very little people out,
Right.
unscheduled out. So we've known who we had, when we had, and we knew how to plan to make it happen.
True. It's the first year, I think, ever our entire crew came back. And that really helped. We had a great spring season with our maintenance crew. We have a new maintenance foreman who really likes doing it, an old maintenance foreman who's very happy to not do it. So all in all, I'd say it was a pretty good, start of the year, half the year.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I think compared to last year, we're just about equal on builds and renovations, which surprised us because we thought we'd be down.
Yeah, I didn't think we had I thought we did way more construction last year we did this year.
We may have done it towards the latter part of the year. We'll find out.
Okay.
So what would you say? We met with our bookkeeper yesterday, and we went through our benchmarks, and we're doing really well compared to other green industries, which, as you know, really excites me. Our profit margins are looking really good. And what would you say, besides, have everyone come in, what would you say has been the highlight of the year for you this far with the business?
The guys seem to be, or should I say, seem to have learned the system of installing a pond better. They're getting more efficient with their installs. They're also doing the renovations more efficiently.
And I think part of that, yes, I agree with all that. And part of that is the systems we have in place, which are still not perfect. And as you know, I get upset and we talk to our business coach. Look, you're nodding your head. No, it does make a difference. The fact that we keep employees, how about that? The fact that we can keep our employees long enough to remember how to do things.
Also, our employees enjoy their jobs.
Yeah.
Because we've created more fun in our environment. I'm not up their rear ends as much as I used to be. I literally let them do their job and I go deal with other stuff. So it makes them more efficient, not having me kind of like hovering over like a helicopter. I think they're more comfortable doing it that way. And I think they enjoy making the little decisions on the job.
And from, as you know, I've been talking to a lot of my clients lately and hearing their woes and problems. And some people are doing great. I'll tell you one reason why I think a lot of people are having problems right now. But before that, I also wanted to say I've noticed a lot of my clients are letting I don't want to say bad, but employees that shouldn't be there, they're letting them go. And that's really hard. And last year before right now, but last year we had three people that should not have been here, that we should have never hired, any of the three of them. We were desperate, we were scared, we were upset, and it really came back to bite us in the butt. Do you agree?
Yeah.
And so we worked harder. We had one or two staff members we probably would not have kept in the past, that we learned to see the positives and not just the negatives of everything. And I think, saying that, I understand people that let people go because the three guys we had would have never worked out here anyway. One of them physically couldn't do it. And the other two did not like their lives, it seemed like, or the work. So they came in with a terrible attitude. And even the fourth guy we let go, the neighborhood guy. the guy in the hood. But none of these people gelled with our employees. And when you have one bad egg, unfortunately, like we had bad employee whose name I shall not mention, he brought everyone down. And I think it made people unhappy to be there. And now we have a happy, smiling staff every week.
Let's put it this way. When he eventually was no longer there, it was like a party was forming. I was in shock.
So if your employees want to have a party when someone's not there, that's a sign maybe they're not the right employee. But even more than that, I think what I've noticed is the reason why people are slow and we're not right now. I mean, it's a whole bunch of things, but it's the networking. It's all the stuff we do. And the job we're on right now is a $38,000 job that we got from networking this winter. We are with a major pharmaceutical company right now with a large landscape company. And we reached out to, 65 landscapers this winter and heard back from how many?
One or two, maybe.
One. We heard back from one. How many did we need?
Just one.
Exactly. So it was funny earlier today, we're talking to our coach and you're like, well, we reached out to that one person. I'm like, no. We reached out to 65
No, I think we reached
people.
out to many. I didn't know how many it was. No, it wasn't one.
But what we were getting caught up on, what I was getting caught up on, and you and our coach helped reel me back in with my own realization too, is that I'm still focusing on what other people think is going to work for them, not even what works for them. But other people have this idea, and I know some people are going to argue and say, no, but we have decided as a company that social media is not going to be our main goal. And when I say social media, I mean videos such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're still going to try for Facebook. Are you looking at Facebook right now?
No, I picked up tape.
Oh, okay, good. I don't
No, my Facebook's over here. See, the phone's here. It's out of the way.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I'm not going to do it to you.
But I think that I get sucked into what a lot of people do, which is this is what's working for someone else. But the question is it really working for other people? Like, I don't know what the return on investment.
It seems appealing because everybody's doing it. And more people are doing it. You're like, are we missing the boat on it? And we feel like we are, but like, we're so busy. We have people constantly calling us. We're meeting good people and we're producing work. I mean, what else? I feel like what else do we want? That's what we want. We want to make customers happy, solve problems, sell ponds. And I think we're doing that with what we've been doing so far.
And make good money.
And we've been making really good money. And I feel like the more people we meet and more, more other business friends we make, we can get referral sources that way, not have to spend countless hours.
I mean, we got a referral last week from John. Like, let's just put it this way. This guy was at our wedding, which was 24 years ago. So that's how long we've known the same landscapers that are still referring us.
And I just hired a guy that my first landscape job was with. And I think he referred us. I got a call from referral from him a little while ago. So it's like, it's a network of people, and also try never to burn a bridge in the landscape business because you're going to run into these guys over and over again. Like literally.
It's not my specialty, is it?
That's why I try to do all that end of it.
There's a bridge burner. But no, hey, I still am friends. I mean, I like them both still too. So there you go.
They're good people.
They are. And but I think that's really important because I think what we do, number one, we tend to not look at our successes. We look at what other people are doing that's working for them, not looking at what's working for us and feeling like, oh my God, we're behind. We're not on YouTube every day. We don't have vlogs. We don't have TikToks. And I see this stuff and it frustrates me. What were you going to say?
I was going to say the biggest part about the social media is like, you're not really, I don't know, to me, you're not meeting people. You're filming yourself doing something and it's going on. You don't know who's seeing it. You don't meet the people seeing it. Whereas you do a sidewalk event, you're meeting your potential next customer. You're talking to them. You're doing a garden show or a garden store and you have a booth you're meeting people and talking to people. It's just, I don't know, you're putting a face to a face. It's like, and they were like, hey, I remember you. And
this is something a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, but I don't have to do that anymore. I do social media. But you're right. We're developing relationships with people in our area where we live. And I do think social media can be good for that. But I also think I talked to a client today that's very slow, and they're a huge name in the industry. They're just kidding. I can't say their name, but they're basically just doing a lot of YouTube and vlogging and a lot of social media, a lot of Facebook. And then this person told me they're very slow with work, and the calls they do get are not in their area. And that's something you and I spoke to our coach about today as well, is that you have to be careful when you're doing social media, that you're not, like she said, are you doing it just for views and likes and audience? And I know everyone's big on their subs and all this stuff, and they're going around and getting onto other people's, YouTubes. And I don't know. And you know what? If it works for other people, that's great. I'm not poo-pooing them at all.
I remember our old coach,
Tom Reber.
Yeah, he said, own your area.
Yeah.
He said, you live there, own it. Like, you be the go-to guy in that area. Like, nobody else should, if there's nobody else near you, you should be the guy in your area. And I've truly still
there's a lot of people near us now, but
there is, but we can still own our area. Like, just, this is where we work. We're not going to go. I mean, we do work far, but like, we're not going to go to another.
No,
we're not going to go 1,000.
We don't go out of state. No, that's not us. We don't want to. We don't need to. We don't. No. It's just not conducive to a family environment we're trying to have. Nor mental. It's just not. Yeah, no. So I think that's, we've decided. So today we had a great talk with our coach and decided that some of this money, I was thinking about hiring a social media person and, just kind of like doing what everyone else is doing. And we decided instead, and it made a lot of sense that you said, to invest a little more in our company, get our old van rebranded. It's kind of it looks worse for the wear. You've said, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's just
get the guys some new clothes, get some new shirts, maybe shirts that match. We had
3 different colors in our meeting today.
It's not our fault. We kept having problems with supply chain issues. And every time our shirts colors aren't available, we get turquoise.
Here's your color. No, that's
that's not our. And so now we have today we're like a rainbow of blue at our meeting. I'm like, I don't know if we ever get our color back. I should ask Josh, because if we get it back, we should just get rid of all those other shirts.
And guess what?
What?
Remember the green shirt that was printed for me?
Yeah.
It would have done perfect at the job we're at today, because we had to wear reflective.
You're right. So just to tell, we have a t-shirt designer. He's actually our graphic designer who doesn't do it anymore. And he's a t-shirt designer, but he stayed with us. I told him we're grandfathered in. Yeah. And we were joking about colors, because he's the one that gets the most concerned about our brand colors. And he's like, oh, if you're doing that, you might as well make the shirt bright yellow, bright yellow. And Matt's like, that sounds great. So when he printed our shirts, he made one in bright fluorescent yellow. And little did he know that Matt loves that shirt and wears it regularly. So
I love that shirt.
Maybe we should ask for a selection of
AquaReale really pops. You see it so much better.
You see the whole shirt because it's bright yellow and not our brand color at all.
Like it's lime green.
Our color's among those very many shades of blue we have.
Yep.
But I think it's really important to people is stop for a minute and think about why you're doing what you're doing. Are you doing this sort of marketing because you want to be, I don't want to say popular, but because everyone else is doing it? So, everyone's posting this. I want to see the return on investment. Like, I truly want to see the ROI for people with this position. Maybe it does work for some people, and that's great. And we've determined it probably works better if you are wanting to travel. But like you said, for wanting to be local, and especially if you're in a smaller town, I think there's lots of other ways you can, quote unquote, own the town, including on Nextdoor and on Facebook groups. So I'm not saying don't do social media, but you're right. You can tend to kind of like get lost behind the screen.
Yeah. And I feel like it's all this hoopla and influencers and all this. It's like, but who's really your customer? It's the guy on the street. It's the person in the next town over. It's like local people that just need their pond fixed or want a small new pond. Like, that's the bread and butter, man. That's our bread and butter. Well,
and I'll give you another, thought on that. Yesterday, I went to our doctor. We both share the same doctor. She goes to our synagogue too. And she goes to our bagel shop. So there you go. And she saw what we did at the bagel shop and she wants that. So we put a water wall in at our local bagel store, local establishment for free. We change it up every couple of years. We change the water feature. And she's like, I like the one you had there. That's what I want. So that, is she watching YouTube? She might be, but she's a doctor who volunteers in Honduras. Like, I don't know. She goes to the bagel store.
I doubt it. I doubt she's watching YouTube.
And so but no, you're in last week. I talked about avatar, or a couple weeks ago, I was talking about avatars and knowing who your customers are. And this is the same thing. Our customers are local people, kind of like us. We had a customer from last year, a very big client, who asked us to sponsor a Meals on Wheels event she's doing. And we came in as $1,000 dessert sponsor. And I think you get tours of like rich people's kitchens. We get to go. Yay.
We do?
Yeah. So we get to go to rich people's kitchens, and there's like different caterers at each kitchen. And at her house, she's going to showcase her pond that she did. And she said people always talk about it. So we'll put a sign out. Maybe we'll just hang out there. But we decided that was a good use. So we gave $1,000 to it. So it's not nothing, it was the 500 or 1,000. And you said, give the 1,000.
It's totally worth it. In
And
that
so,
area where she is, and she chats and she's friendly and she's funny. It's just like, it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, it is. It's a very wealthy, not even wealthy, but just
all her fish.
She named all her fish. Oh,
I think one's name's Geddy Lee from Rush.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
But you have to be careful, because if you remember, our daughter named all our fish after our neighbors, and then went around telling everyone that Nana Molly died. Nana Molly had not died. Nana Molly, the fish, died. Not our neighbor, Nana Molly. And that was, we're like, Rachel, no, name after other people, not our neighbors who are still, anyway. But our fish are lasting longer too, so that's good. But another thing we did, which, we're kind of upping our game, is we had an office party. This past week, we had it at our house, at our swim pond, where one guy went in. So yay, Josh. And we had it catered with really, really good barbecue. And that gave Matt the opportunity to spend more time with the guys and to just kind of bond and connect. And I think that's where we're learning to spend our time and effort. This might not be for everyone, but for us, spending time and appreciating our employees is paying off.
Having the events and the fun times, also, we're all human. We're not just all workers and working and driving and that. We're really,
I'm just a worker.
You are just a worker. But it's a way we can more bond, and we can talk about whatever and work, but it's like, it's fun, and it makes people want to be together. It makes the guys want to stay together.
Well, and then I found out that 3 of our guys went and did disc golf together last Saturday. And that's awesome, because the fact that they're choosing to spend their free time together, and it's our older employee who's our age and our younger employees. And it's really cool that they all want to hang together, and they really admired Eric and his skill in disc golf. I still don't even know what disc golf is.
I know what it is. It's disc golf.
I'm assuming. I guess you just throw the frisbee in the air.
You throw these frisbees towards, it's like a basket that sits above the ground, like a little cage. You got to get inside there.
That wasn't what I was picturing.
No, I
thought you swung
a hole in the ground.
Yeah. Never mind.
Big hole.
But anyway, so that's what I'm attributing a lot of our success. Now, where's the one place we really grew this year? Do you know?
Maintenance.
And what did we try to grow this year?
Maintenance.
So it's amazing. It's like our coach says, what you put your mind to is what happens. Kind of like when you can't get pregnant and everyone around you looks, everyone you see is pregnant, or you get a new car and then everyone has that colored car. So we kind of, you get what you are asking for, kind of. And we really put our heart and soul this year into getting more maintenance work.
Basically, it's also seeing where your competition, what they're doing, and realizing that, like, hey, maintenance seems to be left behind because everybody calling needs maintenance. And if everybody's building a pond, who's maintaining the ponds? Got a lot of work from even our competitors, because they're just not, they don't want to do it, or they're
not paying attention.
They don't have the staff to do it, which is fine. Maybe they just build and somebody else maintains. That's fine if the ponds are being put in a decent shape. But either way, it's allowing us to build our maintenance division. And
we've been getting a lot of work from this one company who, and I guess they even went and told one of the customers, they're like, oh, no one knows what they're doing this year. Great. That's something you should not be admitting to your customers, that no one at the company knows what they're doing. But that's great. We'll take it. And the other thing we do that most people don't do is we answer the phone.
Yeah.
We have an answering service, and Sandy, who calls everyone back, I think within 2 hours. So that is huge. And so basically what I'm saying here is focus on your infrastructure, focus on your staffing, make sure that, focus on your branding. These are things before you try to become, and social media again is great and it's good and it has its place, but know why you're doing it. If you want, and our coach asked us today, what sort of image are you going for? I don't remember what she asked because I didn't have the right answer. But it was basically, she said, what do you want? And I said, to make money. And she said, no, that wasn't the right answer. She never told me what the right answer was, but it's,
There's a right answer.
What?
There may not be an actual right answer. It's the
Well,
answer
it's
right
what's
for
right
you.
for us. And we're building a company that we think is, with a family environment, with a team environment of good people, of good work. And that's the image we want. So I think we're kind of putting it out in the universe and we're getting it back. We're just about to sell a really big job, right?
Yep.
Knock wood. Is that almost sold?
I mean, it's pretty much sold. They're doing the demo's happening.
Oh, cool. Okay. So moving forward and just, people ask and they love to ask, where do our leads come from? Do you know the top 3 ways we get leads?
Google's one of them.
Google AdWords.
I don't know.
Right. Networking. And the third, what does your wife do? Right.
Yes.
Email marketing. Tip of your tongue.
Content marketing.
Content. Landscape marketing
for
secrets.
pond contractors.
Yes. Pond contractors and landscapers. Thanks.
Yeah.
But, those are the top 3 ways we are getting business. So that's what we're focusing on. I just hired a new Google person, Jeff Gutowski, who I just had on for SEM and SEO. Really excited to start working with him. We have been getting great success. It's one of my clients calling now. Been getting great success with our networking that we talked about. And that is a long game. Didn't you say you just heard from someone we reached out to like a while ago? I thought you heard from a landscaper. I don't want to say his name, but someone.
His name popped up again. But it's like just a little bit. Like every year is like 1 or 2 leads from the guy. Well, if you had 10 of those, that's like
we reached out to him years ago. I think.
I think we did
like a long time ago. So yeah, these, if you don't go anywhere and they don't go anywhere,
eventually they're going to need you.
Eventually they're exactly, and it's great to be there. And when they do need you, you better answer your darn phone.
And you better be ready to go work.
So, and then the email marketing has been really, really important to us because that's the way we stay in touch with people, with customers and potential customers. And I did see recently, I was looking for, we track all of our leads, and I was looking at our lead sheet and someone came, it said from seeing emails. I'm like, yeah, I don't remember who, but I have to look. But as soon as I see that, that makes me happy because sure, I want it to be from seeing emails.
Also,
yeah,
just to add one other piece about the work, I sat down with the guys at the shop and I said, look, we need to make people happy. I'm like, if they have some little thing that has to be taken care of, just do it.
Right.
Just take care of it. Bring them a plant. If they need plants, they really can't afford to buy plants, like put a plant in. It doesn't cost us that much to have a plant on a truck to put it in and make, oh my God, you gave me a plant. It's just, they remember that.
Well, like when we gave the lady the butterfly bush because her.
Exactly. Just
we forgot to schedule her cleaning.
But just stuff like that, and then she signs up again for a whole nother year of services.
Yeah,
so it's like it just keeps people coming back.
Well, and that's important because it's something that we struggled with in the past and other people struggle with is we're so focused on bringing in the money and staying on schedule, but we're doing so well where we are making more for our hourly rate. I still don't understand, but whatever it is, we're doing really well in our hourly rate. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
But part of that is we need to relax a tiny bit, and show that we can take some time, teach our guys, do something special for someone, take an afternoon of fun time, and we were so trained, and rightly so, to go everything against the, clock, against the billing, but it's okay to part of you as a company to be people too.
Yeah.
And I think, so what are your goals for the rest of the year? What would you like to see happen? Besides our air conditioner get fixed.
Oh my God.
Again.
I'd like to see the guys grapple with the last 10% on some of the builds. Sell a few more jobs and just keep the maintenance machine going.
And I think that is running itself well. Well, it's getting better at running itself. It's you don't have to get that involved anymore, do you, on maintenance?
I just answer questions.
Perfect.
I help
So-
out when something difficult comes up that they can't figure out. I come in and help with that.
So,
That's my job.
my goal is kind of similar. I'd like to get another 100,000 in maintenance, although it's getting harder because we're booked. But one thing we're learning and doing better is going back out and selling small jobs based on, from people we did maintenance for, kind of telling them what they need. We are focused on getting our guys to do video better, not video to send out social media, video to send to customers. And like I told them, that's also a great, it's a great insurance method because you could show the fish are all swimming and happy when you leave.
It's also the general detail on the job. Like when they have a question, if they have a video they can show me and I see all the equipment, I can help them faster and more efficiently. And then they can solve the problem faster. So it's not like all this like back and forth because they took video.
And one thing we're working on right now is a checklist. And that's really a goal for us for next month is we're learning that we can't get, or Matt can't get annoyed at the guys when they don't do something if we haven't specifically told them that's what we want them to do. Right?
When I did specifically tell them what to do.
Okay, but we didn't tell them in writing. I know.
Yeah.
It's hard, but and so again, we need, and this is why our year was about systems and communication. How crazy. We're still dealing with it. But mine was systems and yours was learning to communicate because you might think you told them, but if you mumbled it or said it on the way out, they didn't hear you and they didn't take it to the level just because you think it's really important doesn't mean they thought it was really important.
I know.
So learning better systems. And I think that's something that we struggle with, like a lot of people, but we're really working on that. So that's my goal for the year is to get our mastery letters done, get our systems in place, get our guys, I forget what our coach called it, but basically help everyone get to their, and she was asking these questions about a review we did. And she's like, well, what'd you tell them for this? And we didn't. Well, what'd you do for this?
Sign it?
Wah, wah. Yeah. Did he sign the review? We're like, what? You're supposed to sign it? I had no idea. But always learning, always growing, right? Sponsored by, yeah. Anyway, anyway, Matt Reale, thanks for coming on, talking a little bit about AquaReale's year. We didn't think it would be great. It's doing well. Compared to a lot of people, we're doing awesome. And compared to ourselves, we're doing great. See, I'm so quick to just want to compare when it doesn't matter to compare. It matters what we're doing and how it's working for us. And I think it is working for us this year. Let's touch base in a few months and see how we're going to, handle getting through the rest of the year. Sound good?
Okay.
For everybody else, please like, listen, and subscribe to my podcast or my YouTube videos. And reach out to me anytime, Laura at LandscapeMarketingSecrets.com. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. Bye-bye.